Shabbos Daf Kuf Lamed Aleph. Today's email comes to us from Pinchas Yagid from Mars Hill, Maine. Kvei Rav, I and many others in my family are tremendously inspired by your wonderful shiur. We always listen to your 8-minute daf, and from time to time we set aside special time for the 45-minute daf. Your shiurim are spectacular, and you are being my starting clients all over the world, even to some of the most unheard of corners of the world. Mars Hills, Maine. HaKadosh Baruch Hu should keep giving you koyach to continue your avodas hakodesh lahagdil Torah ulahadira. Pinchas Yagid. Thank you. The Gemara digressed slightly to the topic of Eruvin, Mavoy, Shituf Mavois, Eruv Chatzeres. We're dealing with a Mavoy, an alleyway. The way it works is you have houses that lead into courtyards. The courtyard is communal. There are a couple of houses per courtyard. And then you have the courtyards that open up into the Mavoy, the alleyway. Rav says a number of chidushim here. First of all, he says in order to make an Eruv for the Mavoy, we require that you have 4 houses that lead into 2 chatzeres, 2 houses into 1 chatzer, 2 houses into 1 chatzer, for a total of 4 houses, 2 chatzeres into 1 mavoi. And then he says, if there is no shituf mavais, that's the eruv that allows you to carry in the mavoi. If there's no shituf mavais, then you can only carry 4 amas in the mavoi. We treat it like a carmelis. However, that's only if there's an eruv between the house and the courtyard. Eruv chatzeres. If there's no eruv between the house and the courtyard, then you could carry as much as you want in the mavoi. And that sounds very interesting. How is it? If there's an eruv, you can't carry, and if there's no eruv, you could. So the Gemara Lamaskan explains very simply. Rav goes like Reb Shimon that says that a gag, a rooftop, a chotzer, a karfaf, all these things are considered one rishos. And therefore, you should be allowed to carry from the mavoi to the chotzer. But we're concerned if there's an eruv between your house and your chatzar, so let's say you take a gemara out of your house and you put it in the chatzar. You might come to take it later on, or somebody else might take it from the chatzar, step 2, into the mavoi. And that's a problem. If there's no eruv, no one will take anything out of the house and bring it into the chatzar, because you're not allowed to. And therefore, in that case, you could carry it from the chatzar to the mavoi, no problem. But the Gemara, until it came to this maskana, had a very interesting havamim. Since Rav says you need 4 houses and 2 chatzeros, perhaps if there's an eruv between the house and the chatzar, what the eruv really does is it takes 2 domains and makes them one. So in essence, we don't have a chatzar anymore. What we're looking at is a bunch of houses without courtyards because they're one. And Rav says you need 4 houses and 2 courtyards. You're missing the courtyard. Says the Gemara, let me flip that on you. What if there's no eruv? We should also have a problem. If there's no eruv, then halachically you can't go from your house into the chatzar. So that means that the mavoi that we're looking at has chatzar, but it has no houses because there's no access from the houses to the mavoi, since you have a chatzar in between. Well, says the Gemara, perhaps one of the people that owned the house gave his house away to his friend on Shabbos. And therefore, that person that owns the houses now, he's permitted to walk into the chatzar without an eruv, and now you have a case where you have a house, chatzar, mavoi. Says the Gemara, even if he gives it back to him on Shabbos, there's a problem. Because at no given time were there 4 houses. Since that one person owns the houses, they're like one rishus. It's like 1 house, not 4 houses. So therefore, the Gemara went away from it and said the havamim that we said before. Now going back to our Mishnah. Everybody holds you're allowed to make a bris milah on Shabbos, it's doicha Shabbos. But what about the preliminary actions necessary for bris milah? To cut down wood, to make a fire, to make a knife for the bris milah. Rebbe Eliezer says machshir mitzvah is machal Shabbos. The Chachamim and Rebbe Kiva say no. What about other mitzvahs? What about a shofar, lulav, sukkah, matzah? The answer is that according to Rebbe Eliezer, all those mitzvahs, including oimer and shei alechem, are doicha Shabbos machshir mitzvah. There are 2 mitzvahs not, and we'll go through them. Oimer and shei alechem, we learn the shei alechem that you bring on Shavuos from the korban oimer with the gzeres shava, and it's a very strong gzeres shava. The 2 words are extra. There are gzeres shavas that don't have extra words, and therefore you have a pircha. You could say, look, the oimer is different than shei alechem. The oimer requires that you cut the wheat, even if you have the barley, even though if you have barley that's cut, you can't use it. Great. The 2 mitzvahs that you cannot do machshir mitzvah for are tzitzis and mezuzah. If you write a mezuzah on Shabbos or tie tzitzis, you're chayiv misa. Even though they don't have a particular time, and you would say, well, today is a great time to make tzitzis and a mezuzah, nevertheless, since I could be mafkir my clothing and I'm not chayiv tzitzis, I could be mafkir my house and I'm not chayiv mezuzah, they're not doicha Shabbos. Lulav, how do I know that you're allowed to cut a lulav on Yantiv on Shabbos, in order to shake the lulav? Because it says Bayayim. And how do I know that you could only shake a lulav during the day? I already used up the word Bayayim, because it says Shivas Yamim. According to Chacham, who hold you cannot do Machshir Mitzvah. So Bayayim tells me not at night. And I would think that I could learn out from a lulav that lulav, you shake a lulav at night. Shivas Yamim tells me no, only during the day. Sukkah, I can be Mechal Shabbos according to Rebbe Lezer to do Machshir Sukkah. How do I know? Shivas Yamim from lulav. It's Gzeir Shava. How do I know I can make matzah, grinded, everything on Shabbos? Gzeir Shava, Chamisha Asa from Sukkos. Shofar, I can be Mechal Shabbos according to Rebbe Lezer. Yom Tru Yelachem. Obviously, the pasuk is not coming to tell me that I could blow a shofar on Shabbos, because that's not a malacha. That's a chachma. Just like Redis Sapas, taking out bread from an oven is a chachma, not a malacha. According to Rabbanan, I learned from the word yom that you blow a shofar at day, not at night, and Rebbe Eliezer learns that out from the shofar of Yovel. Now the Gemara goes through a whole list. Once I know one mitzvah, shouldn't I be able to learn all the other mitzvahs? If I know matzah, I should learn lulav sukkah for matzah, for instance. Says the Gemara, no, each one has a very special thing about it. I can't learn anything from Omer and Shnei Alechem because they are a carbon HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Maybe that's why I'm Mechal Shabbos for. I can't learn anything from lulav because lulav especially, you need an esrog adas, you need arba minim, where other things, it's not ma'akiv to other things. Sukkah is very special. You have to go and use the sukkah at night as well, where all the other mitzvahs are only during the day. Matzah is really special. Even women are chayiv in matzah, even though it's a mitzvah asay shrazman grama, where all the other mitzvahs, they are pater. Shofar is special because it brings up the zechroinus of Klal Yisrael HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's the shofar Rosh Hashanah. The shofar Yom Kippur is special because all the Jewish slaves get out free by the blowing of the shofar. All the real estate goes back to the original owners. Now let's go back to Milah. That's where the Mishnah started from. How do we know, according to Rebbe Lezer, that Milah is the Machshir Ma'adoicha Shabbos? That we know from Bayoim Hashmini. You can't learn it out from the other mitzvahs because we had all these other pirchas. And you can't learn all the mitzvahs out of Milah because Milah is special. It has 13 brisois. Have a wonderful day.